All right, we in the game. All right, man. So here's what I want y'all to understand, man. We're going to take a dive into this. And what we're not going to do is blame women. You understand? We're not going to blame women. That's not what this one is going to be about. What we're going to do, we're going to take responsibility for our own actions. We're going to take responsibility for the way we allowed ourselves to be treated. We're going to take responsibility for the shit that we took that we know we shouldn't have taken. We're going to take responsibility and accountability for allowing ourselves to be treated like we were less than men. That's what we're going to take responsibility for. You see, the main issue with understanding how to wrap your mind around the concept that you allowed whatever happened to happen to you is to take accountability for the fact that you knew the point when you were being treated badly. You knew the point when you were being dogged out. You knew the point where you were being used and abused. You knew the point where you'd be taken advantage of, and you still stayed beyond that point. Now, there's not going to be no magic crystal ball or nothing. One be like, well, you stayed because she's so strong. Nope, you stayed because you didn't love yourself enough to bounce. 9 times out of 10, when you're in a relationship with a woman, you are in that relationship with that woman because you need somebody to love you because you don't love yourself. Once you start loving yourself, I'm talking about truly loving yourself, then you don't need a woman's love to validate you. Matter of fact, a woman's love has a tendency to come into your life and mess up everything because her love requires time. Her love requires engagement. Her love requires you to take attention away from the things that you have built your life on and give it to her. So I'm not going to even tell you how to get over red pill rage. I'm going to tell you the spiritual benefits of being single. The benefits of being single. Now, I don't mean being single going monk. I mean being single and ready to mingle. The benefits should keep you from going into a relationship with a woman. Because we got to talk about some of the things that a woman's supposed to bring to your life as well. What are some of the things a woman should bring to your life? Whatever the hell you want her to bring to your life. If you want a woman to bring money to your life, then you shouldn't be dealing with a woman who ain't got no money. If you want a woman who can cook, you shouldn't be dealing with a woman who can't cook. If you want a woman who can clean and sew and do all of that, you shouldn't be dealing with a woman who can't do that. If you want a woman that's just fine, the finest woman you ever seen, you shouldn't be dealing with an average woman. If you want a woman that's just good as gold, then you shouldn't be so concerned about her being a dime piece when, as long as she's attractive enough for you, she good as gold. You as a man have to decide what you want from a woman. You don't let a woman tell you what to expect from her, and you sure don't let another man, because all another man can tell you to expect from a woman is his own desires. That's all. So let's get into this thing, man. Stephen Clark, salute. No red pill rage over here, but shout out to all you do, dog. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. SJ3, salute, man. Appreciate the dub, man. Representing that mod squad. Salute BOA, the realest of the real. Salute to you, SJ, man. I appreciate you being in the joint. Man in the scene as always. So let's talk about some things, man. First of all, there is no woman who's more valuable than you. Every man in here, I want you to understand something. You're more valuable than a woman just because you were born with a wood. At the point during development inside your mama womb, when your innie turned into an Audi and you start growing the wood, at that point, even if you're a twin, if you got a twin sister, at one point in the room, y'all were the same. You started to become more valuable than her the moment you start growing a wood. So once y'all were delivered, the son was automatically more valuable than the daughter to the father. Why? Because as a man, your goal is to leave a legacy. What's the purpose? You know the craziest person, man? A man, black man for sure, who make a lot of money and don't have a son, and then he just die and leave the money to somebody. Now, you can circumvent that by leaving it to your nephews, but honestly, them ain't your sons, them somebody else's sons. They gonna be more loyal to him than they are to you. The reality is this, man. You got to understand that no matter what she has, she's just a woman with that. If she make $300,000 a year and you make $100,000 a year, okay, fine. She's just a woman that make $300,000 a year. She ain't more valuable than you. She ain't worth more than you as far as who you are internally. If you find the very best man and the very best woman, there is no comparison between the two. Now, maybe those two should be together, but when we're talking about value, you as a man have to remember. And I'm not saying the woman don't have no value. I'm just saying she don't have as much value as you. At no point. And I want y'all to understand this, man. Listen, you ain't going to hear this from a lot of places. But trust me, in private conversations, a lot of guys share this mindset. A lot of guys share this mindset. I'm telling you what I know. A lot of guys share this mindset. And so stop listening to what guys tell you about what you ought to do with women, how you ought to interact with women, this old dating game bullshit. But let me tell you something. If you play the Americanized dating game, man, you're a real live sucker. Because it's a game that women control. So first, let's talk about some things that you should demand from a woman. Now, here's the first thing. If you didn't get anything on this list from a woman, there's some on here for everybody. Now, I ain't saying everybody demand everything, but these are some of the things that you should demand from a woman before you even consider putting her in a serious position in your life. Shut up in this. What does shut up in this mean? It don't mean she can't talk. It means she can't talk when I'm talking. It means that when we talking about things that I do as the man, she ain't got no opinion. She just shut up and listen. And whatever responsibility I assign her, she takes that responsibility and does it to the best of her ability. That's what shut up in this mean. Like I'm talking about like childlike. And I ain't dealing with no back talk. I ain't dealing with none of that. If I say, hey, go do this right here, and she don't do it, okay, cool. She don't fit in my life. I ain't got time to be trying to. Let me tell you something, bro. The one thing you got to understand, if a woman don't respect you as her leader, then you're doomed from day one. So a lot of time you ain't got red pill rage because the woman is so strong and the woman did you wrong. You got red pill rage because either nobody ever taught you or you just ignore what you had been taught. That you got to keep your gators on a woman's neck. Like you have to demand her actions every day. You have to demand what she does. So the first way to get over any ill feelings you have about the way you were is just accept the fact that you was a sucker. You got to accept the fact that you was a sucker. The woman wasn't strong. The woman didn't do you wrong. The woman wasn't low down and dirty. The woman didn't cheat on you. The woman didn't do none of that. You was a sucker who put her in the situation. Whatever she did in the situation only happened because you made the decision to put her in that position. You trusted her. You believed in her. Even after you caught her in lie after lie, you kept her. You gave her a second chance. Even when she cheated on you, you gave her a second chance. Even when she went back and you found out she was still sleeping with her baby daddy, you gave her another chance. You kept her. You stayed. You wanted to fix the broken woman. You wanted to come in and save her from the decisions that she made in the past. Let me tell you something. If a woman got a kid with a man that don't do nothing for his kid, that's her fault. You a sucker if you step into that situation. Because even if it lasts for 20 years, when it's over in year 21, everything you did goes down the drain. Everything you did. Let me tell y'all about a situation, man. And I know a situation like this personally, and I know you've seen some talked about online as well. This guy met this woman. Her daughter was 6 months old. Kid's dad got jammed up. You know, he was a hustler, got jammed up. Gone for 10 years. When he get out, little girl just about to turn 11. He got to get himself together. They done moved on. Home done put him up. I'm talking about they got a good life. They living. They balling. They live in the same quality or better quality than they were before the hustler got jammed up. That girl get 18. First of all, you knew it was going down this way because they ain't have no relationship for real. She invited him to her graduation. He shows up. She introduces him as her dad. Stepdad upset. Well, what you upset for? You weren't never her dad. Man, let me tell you something, Mr. Stepdad. It don't matter what you do. You still a stepdad. It don't matter what you say. You can Russell Wilson your way. And man, boy, let me tell you something. You can turn blue in the face, holding your breath, waiting like Russell Wilson to be somebody's dad when in reality, just like Future is Lil Future's dad, the man is reminded every time you talk to him, the boy named Future. You got to call him that. How you gonna say Future, my son? When did he named after his dad? He ain't even named after his dad's real name. He named after his dad's famous rap name. I want y'all to understand something. That man didn't have no reason to be upset, but he was upset. Somebody put it in the chat and tell me why he was so upset. Why was he upset, brothers? He had been in that girl life almost, and she ain't know no dad but him. She ain't know no dad but him. Why was he upset? He had this crazy idea. He had this crazy idea that he could replace a man who was still alive. And he let himself become emotionally attached. He let himself become emotionally attached. Not in a, that's a good kid way. Like coaches get attached to they players, but in a coach-player way. Mentors get attached to their mentees, but in a big brother, little brother type of way, big sister, little sister type of way. He got attached to this man's child as a father. He allowed himself to get so deep into his emotions that his logic left him, and he couldn't wrap his mind around the concept that no matter what he did, that was never going to be his child. But the story goes on. 5 years later, 23, she was getting ready to marry a high school sweetheart. Take a wild guess who she wanted to walk her down the aisle. Take a wild guess. Take a wild guess. Take a wild guess. Who she asked to walk her down the aisle? Biological father. Biological father. See, some people say stepfather, but most of the time we say stepdad. Because father and dad are two different things. Now, your son may call you dad, but when they ask, who's your father? That's my father. Y'all got to understand one thing. When you put yourself in a situation with a woman, you put yourself in that situation. No one else did. No one else put you in that situation. All right, Mel, OBE's out there, man. Now, I want y'all to watch a clip right here, man. We're going to watch a clip right here. And then we're going to come back and talk about it because some of y'all still looking for women who can cook and clean. Man, let me tell you something. Outsource that shit. Look for a woman who got some paper. Man, we gone from the days of 100% providing and protecting for a woman. The only woman who in a position to want you to 100% provide and protect for her is a woman who ain't did shit with her life. I promise you that. Any woman, especially, we're talking about a modern woman. If you got to deal with the modern woman mindset and the modern woman attitude, she better go out there and get some paper. I ain't finna deal with no modern woman who ain't kicking no paper in. Modern women ain't the same as traditional women. You got to deal with some shit with her. So she better bring some paper in. You better make sure she brings some paper in. Let's check this out.
I look like I can't cook. That's accurate. I had to cook some fries. And they were frozen. And I put them in the grease. And the little ice was on them. So it started. I was going to burn the house down. It's a very, very traumatic experience. Every time I try to cook, it's disastrous.
I wish I was better at cooking. I can't cook very many dishes. I don't really have a specialty. I did make really good oxtails and rice and peas and yams only one time. And they were okay, not great. He actually, after me cooking a couple times, just says, don't do it, it's okay. Yeah. I am the master of hamburger helper. And it's really a shame because my mother is the best cook. Yeah, my mother cooks. My mother cooks, and usually I make the ice water.
Now, Famo, what's good, homie? What's good? I can see you in the joint. Here's the issue. Now, there's a bunch of men who would give a damn that she can't cook. Let me tell you something, boy. Her mama was a housewife. Her mama needed somebody to take care of her because she wasn't making no paper. Beyonce getting that money. If she getting that money like that, homie, she ain't got to cook me nothing. She ain't got to cook me nothing. See, the problem in this society, y'all keep trying to judge modern women by traditional standards. Get that traditional shit out of your head in America, dog. It's done. It's done. I'm working on a piece of content to y'all tomorrow, man, that's inspired by the DDG Haley situation, man, where I want to talk to y'all about the buyer's remorse that American men have, that men in America have when they try to put a modern woman in a traditional relationship. I got a serious breakdown on it, man. It's gonna be a phenomenal video, man. I'm working on it now. I'm gonna work on it tonight. And King Ray will make a show on tomorrow as well. Y'all be looking for that. But I want y'all to understand, man, don't nobody care that she can't cook. Don't nobody care. That woman worth hundreds of millions of dollars. You think I give a damn if a woman that worth hundreds of millions? You think ASAP Rihanna can't cook and she a billionaire? What I'm telling you is this. I want y'all to understand this. There's broke women that can't cook. There's women who want you to provide and protect. They can't cook or clean, and you don't have too much fun when you slide in between. There's women out here who don't have money and still can't cook. I get it. Beyonce can't cook. She been famous since she was a girl. She ain't had time to cook. I'm talking about when she was a little girl. 9, 10, 11, she was already doing talent shows and showing up on Star Search and all that type of shit. Her dad's plan was for her to use her gift from God, to use her voice to get somewhere. She ain't got to cook. But you got a woman at home that don't do nothing. She don't cook. She don't clean. But let her tell you how she got that ring. I mean, you still paying all the bills. Why? Because you was a sucker. I want y'all to understand something, man. It's okay. And I recommend that you look yourself in the face and say, you know what? I was a sucker. I was a sucker. You understand me? I was a real live sucker. That's what I was. I ain't lying. I was a sucker. Because I allowed a woman in my life who contributed nothing. I want y'all to understand what kind of self-hate you got to have for you to allow a woman into your life. Man, you won't even let your son not contribute nothing. You got a teenage son, that boy got chores to do. He got to clean up stuff. He got to wash cars. That boy got to do all kind of stuff. He got to do some. He ain't going to be laying around on Saturday doing that. You got a woman around, man, that don't do nothing. You ain't even have her. She don't do nothing. You got to think about the situation you put yourself in. Ain't nobody complaining about a good girl, man. Everybody complaining about a scallywag they put in the wife position. Bruh, hey, I see what you're saying, DJ. I ain't teaching Beyonce nothing. With that kind of money, man, that woman about a billionaire. I don't care nothing about that. You know how, man, you know how cheap a cook is? You know how cheap a maid is? You know how cheap somebody, man, do you know how cheap that is? All I know is I see her on the road with her daughter. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? I see her spending time with her kid. As long as she a mother to them kid dogs, man, you know how many people we can pay? That's what I want y'all to. I want y'all to stop trying to box modern women into a traditional relationship. You want a traditional relationship? You got to travel somewhere and get a traditional woman. You're not gonna get a traditional woman in America. You're not gonna do it. Now you can get some women that can cook, but here's the thing. If you get a woman that can cook, she can cook probably because she got kids. So that's another hurdle. To get a woman that cook, you got to have a woman with a kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, 4 kids. You got to have kids in the house. Because here's the thing, brother. If something was to ever happen to you and you had some downtime, what is that cooking going to do? Let me tell y'all something. A woman who ain't never had no money can't manage no money. A woman who ain't never had no home can't manage no home. A woman who never had no self-confidence ain't gonna get no self-confidence because you buy her stuff. All she gonna be is bait. If you take a woman who never had nothing, dress her up in the finest vines all the time, put some diamonds on her, put in a fly ride, it ain't gonna give her confidence. That's gonna be bait for somebody who can see she ain't got no confidence to scoop her. See, so another thing, obedience. Shut up, and this is one thing. See, shut up, and this is just zip your lip. Obedience, it takes a woman who's not lazy, a woman who has some drive, a woman who has some motivation, a woman who has some determination to get shit done. You understand me? And let me tell you one thing that go in line with obedience. A woman can't shut up and obey if she's attached to social media. A woman has to have a full detachment from social media. Now I'm gonna tell you, I've known a woman who had an attachment to social media. Totally different woman than she was when she detached from social media. Saw her a couple of years later, she had detached. Everything was different about her. Hair was natural, skin was glowing, body was banging, mindset was different, highly lifted, calm, relaxed, spiritually hungry. And you can't get that from a woman who's attached to social media. So you got to think about this. Anytime you in a situation, and think about what these fools tell you. Let me tell you something, man. Dating coaches can tell you about dating. They don't know shit about relationships. If you're in a relationship, a dating coach don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Some of these guys can put you on game about dating. They can put you on the game. But if you in a relationship, a serious relationship, and you building something, and you got a woman contributing to the build, they don't know anything about that. So they're going to tell you things like, man, don't worry about what your woman doing. No, don't worry about what a woman doing that you dating. If you got a woman at home, you better worry about what the hell she doing. Because you got to keep your gaiters on her neck. She has to be aware of what you're aware of. She has to understand that you are always on alert. She got to understand you're like a hawk perched in a tree. You're blending in with the environment, but you see everything. That's the way you got to play it. Somebody may say, well, that's too much work to put in. It ain't no work. How the hell is it work, man, to keep your eyes on everything around you? You sound lazy. You sound lazy and crazy if it's hard work to keep your eyes on everything. I'm keeping my eyes on everything. And I don't place no demands. You understand me? Bro, listen. I wouldn't even deal with a woman who didn't automatically. If I put her in a situation and tell her, all right, we're gonna get a little bit more serious. We're gonna really start spending some time together. If she don't automatically start sharing her location, shit like having your rear receipts off, dog. I don't deal with women who have their rear receipts off. That's a game. But let me tell you something. Well, I had a broad tell me one time, your rear receipts on. I ain't know if you knew it. I ain't never talked to her no more. I like, huh? Why the hell you ain't paying attention to rear receipts? Let me tell you something, bruh. These are the type of games that women play. I don't deal with women who play dating game rules. Man, dating game rules are simp rules. Let me tell you something. I got to get in my car and put a seatbelt on or I'm going to get a ticket. That's a rule. I got a fast buggy. Get somewhere. I got to go 70. 30 when I'm on the regular residential road. Sometime 20. If I get caught, I'm going to get a ticket. I just got my first super speeder a couple of months ago, man. But that's what I already got to deal with rules everywhere. Certain amount of my money got to be kicked back. Kicked back to the government, man. I got to deal with so many rules. You understand me? I can only put up 3 pieces of content. The 4th piece of content don't get no notifications out. Only three notifications every 24 hours. These are rules. I got to follow rules. You think I'm finna follow rules when I'm dealing with a woman? Hell no. Nah, I ain't finna do it, man. It don't make no sense for you to do it. It don't make no sense for me to do it. Another thing, low body count. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Body count matters. Body count matters even if you're being intimate with a woman. You understand me? Because you got to think about the spiritual mix that happens when you are intimate with a woman. And everybody she'd been intimate with before, man, all of those men's spirit energies are still in her. Body count matters. She got to have a low body count. And I'm talking about to even talk to her, man, to even deal with it. And you can say, well, how can you tell a woman got a low body count? You can tell. The higher a woman body count is, the more masculine she is. You're not going to find a feminine woman with a high body count because she doesn't. The more men she's with, the more masculine energy is trapped in her. Is spiritually trapped in her. So even when she tries to be feminine, she gives everything to her feminine. I mean, she gives everything. And she's still masculine. Still masculine. Can't even control it. Can't even suppress it. And that's just real, man. And so there are ways you could tell, man, you ain't gonna never know what her body count is. You can know if it's high. You can know if it's high. Y'all be wifing up women, man, who, listen, bro, I want y'all to understand something. Only if you just dating and chilling and kicking it do you want a woman that just can't get enough sex. She's a nymphomaniac. You don't want a nymphomaniac as your woman. You don't turn a nympho into your old lady, bruh. You don't do it. Because she can't control her urges and desires. They control her. And that's also a sign of a high body count. It's also a sign. And you don't even need to know her body count. You just need to know, let's say you know a woman married and you know she cheated with somebody. And God forbid she married and she cheating with you. How could you ever trust a woman who you met, she was married, and cheated on her husband with you? Then you gonna end up and you gonna wife up the same woman? You gonna wife up the same woman? Come on, bruh. But these are the type of situations that y'all be in. Y'all be in these situations, man. And they be like, hold up, man, why you in this type of situation? Why? And you also got to worry about her having a low emotional count. Emotional count is just as important as body count, if not more. How many times she been emotionally attached to somebody? How many times she'd been in a violent relationship? How many times she'd been lied to, cheated on, stolen from? How many times she'd been misled? How many times she'd been with a man she thought was her man, find out he married to somebody else and she's a side chick? How many times has this happened? How many times did somebody do something to her when she was too young to have something done to her? How many times did that happen? All of this emotional count is very significant because a woman can have a low body count and a high emotional count, and it's a terrible arrangement. These are the things that you need to understand. And there's no way around these things. These things are, now I say nothing is fail safe and foolproof. These things are fail safe and foolproof. You can't get around these things. They are what they are. Yep, that's another thing. The first night, if you took a ride on the slip and slide the first night y'all were together, the first day you met her is even worse. But the first night y'all spent together, the first time y'all chilled or whatever, man, if you took a ride on slip and slide first time, bro, let me tell you something. She is not worth putting in that position. Yes, a woman is supposed to want you like that. She's supposed to. But respect for herself is supposed to make her say no. Now, if you've been with if one been on your team for a minute and she can send you things on the phone, but if a woman that you ain't never even been intimate with is sending you news and sending you pictures and sending you videos, what are you doing putting her in the wife position in your life? You can't never be enticed. I don't care if that thing grip like a vice, you can't be enticed by it. That's not what you get enticed by. And when you did, you put yourself in a situation that ended the way it ended. You got jammed up. That's what happened to you. You got jammed up, mister. That's what happened to you. Now, let's listen to Corey Holcomb talk about if she's the breadwinner. You're going to be a boy. But we're going to break this down, though. Because we're going to talk about the difference between her being the breadwinner and her being a breadwinner. We'll talk about that. Let's get into it.
The reason the kid's daddy ain't there is because somebody told the women in America he ain't good for you if he got another woman and some kids over here. I think it's insane. It's insane because I don't know many men who are only with one woman. Now, let me say this part. If you are a man who do not have means, you don't need a woman to be claiming really, because you can't do what you need to do with her if she's the breadwinner. You become the boy. But if you are a man who is self-sufficient and you got more than one woman, you need to be able to tell these women about each other, and we all need to meet up, and everybody needs to understand what it really is instead of us all living separate lives, burning gas to go see each other. It's insane the way we living out here in America. You can let Craig get that, man, because I don't know if we can eat that on camera.
What? It ain't a banana.
Can we eat that on camera?
What?
I
of
think
course. Oh, brother. What do you suppose? You don't
watermelon ice too.
Bring it over here, right?
Now, I'll tell y'all like this. There is some truth to what he said about you being self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when you think about it, even in the game, even with the ism, you got to look like you already getting it. Ain't no woman finna come and get no broke P no money. You got to look like you got it even if you ain't. If you have to spend your last dime on these fine vines, then you got to look the part. Because you can spit as much as you want to spit as much game as you want to, but if you don't look the part, then you just a clown. You understand? It's the same thing out here in the modern world. You have to be self-sufficient. You have to have built the life that you want for yourself. And if you didn't do that, you made a terrible mistake. You thought you could build some with a woman. Let me tell you something. You can't build nothing with a woman. You can help her build her shit. That's all you're doing. When you call yourself building with a woman, you just helping her build her thing. Because if you build with her, your shit is going to be feminized. That's the only way she can be a part of it. If she's going to be an integral part of it, anytime you're in a partnership with a woman, it's a situation that's more feminine than you would want it to be, because it has to be that in order for the woman to be comfortably a part of it, in order for a woman to be beneficial to it. That's why I tell you, you got to have something going on that a woman can contribute to. You got to already be making moves that a woman can contribute to. If you're not doing anything that she can contribute to, then it's going to always go downhill. This is an example of what he's saying about you moving in with a woman. You know how foolish you got to be to move in with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're like fresh out of the pen or something, you move in with your sister or your auntie. Now, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you meet a woman and y'all have an intimate relationship and you move in with her. It's not, it don't even matter. I know some beta male semi Johnny gonna come in here and say, well, to be away. Let me tell you something, boy. You don't know about what you're talking about. I moved in with a woman, man, and let me tell you something, boy. That thing worked out the way it's supposed to work out. That'll be away. Let me tell you something, boy. But she ain't put me out. That'll be away. She let me eat what I want to eat. That'll be away. Well, I couldn't come in at a certain time, or we were gonna have some trouble. Had to get into it and all that right there. But still, that'll be away. She didn't put me out. You don't know the hell you talking about. Unsubscribe. Okay, let me tell you something, sucker. Unsubscribe. But before you go, you need to know. The fact that you got to say she didn't put you out shows you the position of powerless that you in. The fact that you could even say, brag about, she ain't put me out. She can only put you out of her shit. I don't care how much power you think you got when you move in with a woman and you live in her joint, boy. Now, some cities you could be in, some states, the law kind of bend a little bit, and if you're there for a certain amount of time, she can't put you out. But then you overstand your welcome like a sucker. You know how much of a sucker you got to be to just get the law to be on your side so you can stay in a woman's crib when she don't want you there no more? Come on, man, you sound crazy. Man, I don't care if you got to live in a box. Now, I don't literally mean a box outside, but if you got to live in one of them $2,500 condos in Manhattan, that boy like a matchbox. You know what I'm saying? That boy got a bed and a fridge in it. It's got a good view, but it's got a bed and a fridge in it for $2,500. But what I'm telling you is this, man. It don't really matter what you got to do as long as you only have to listen to you. You never put yourself in a situation where a woman can start laying down rules for your life, dog. Man, I'm not finna be in no motherfucking relationship with no woman, man, and she thinks she can tell me what to do and ask me where I'm going and tell me who I can't see, who I can't be with. What's her value to me that she gonna tell? What's her value? What's her value to me? As much money as Beyonce got, man, Jay still got him a side chick. And I ain't talking about he just tip around every now and then, man. Jay got a side chick. It's well known. Jay got a side chick. She be posting shit. Getting on his old lady nerves. His old lady be responding. Be responding to the side chick. Because the side chick ain't going nowhere. Now, if you, with your $100,000 a year, had a woman like Beyonce, she overpower you. That's why those type of situations don't happen. That's why as your money elevates, you should elevate. If you're a six-figure nigga, you ain't got no business dealing with no broke scallywag. Unless you just, unless she just, hey, man, she's just something to ride to slip and slide, bro. I mean, if that's all you're going to do, cool. But I'm going to tell you, a woman was put here to be a helpmeet. And so if she can't cook, she can't clean, she can't do none of that, you know what she can do? She can be dedicated to the process of my progress. She can either give me a skill or she can give me some of them dead president bills. She going to figure out some kind of way to contribute to the process of my progress. Otherwise, she's just something to play with. She's just something to play with. I'm not taking on the responsibility of a modern woman. She don't deserve to be provided for. She better go out there and get her own money, all the education and all the opportunity out there for her. This ain't the 50s or this ain't the 30s. Hey, man, she could go ahead and get out there and get her some paper. A woman who ain't getting no paper now just lazy. She lacks focus. Too many opportunity programs and too many groups and all of that. Look how they jumped online, man, raised all that money for Kamala. They got that paper. She better go join AKE. She better be a Delta or something. She better do something. I'm telling you, man, there is no reason for you to have a modern woman in your life, man, who ain't kicking no paper in because that's her only value. Her only value is to kick some paper in. You understand me? That's her only value. And like Corey Hogan was saying, man, as men, man, we got to stop living these lives. If you getting paper, why are you lying to women? Like, why you acting? Man, you can do what you want to do. All the woman can do is say, well, I can't go for that. Yeah, okay. I can't go for that. No. No can do. Well, I can't go for that. Okay, cool. Don't go for that. Or I'll go. Well, I guess if you say so, I have to pack my things and go. I'll hit the road, Jack, and I won't come back no more. I won't come back, bro. I won't come back. You won't come back. You're in a world of freedom, bruh. If you live your life dedicated to you, you put yourself in a position where you look at a woman and her demands and say, yo, who? Yo, what? What I look like to you? Well, I ain't gonna share my man. Well, shit, you ain't got no man. You say you single. Where your man at? I'm talking about you. You don't own me. What the hell you mean you ain't gonna share me? What I look like? What I look like? Boy, I ain't owned by no woman. That's the problem. You put yourself in a situation where you let a woman own you. You let a woman possess you. Let me tell you something. A woman can call you her man. She can call you her man. You just don't respond with my woman. You solidify. A woman can live in whatever fantasy world she want to live in. You solidify her understanding of the relationship when you give her ass a title. You understand? You solidify her understanding of the relationship. So if you calling her your woman, your old lady, wifey, all that type of shit, if you calling her that, then she gonna expect you to treat her that way. She gonna expect some type of understanding, some type of consideration in everything you do, man. Come on, bro. We ain't living that life. Life too great, life too grand, dog. Like Kobe said, you're out of touch. I'm out of time. Girl, I'm out of my head when you're not around. That was your mindset. You act like you was out of your head when she ain't around. So when the relationship was over, you almost died. Girl, I love you no matter what you do. That's you. We ain't got time to play them game, man. Dog, life too full of everything. You know what I'm saying? It's too much joy, too much beauty, too many beautiful places to see, too many beautiful women all over the world, too much money to get out here. It's too many things to do, and you gotta focus on you if you want to make them things come true, homie. What we talking about around here? We gotta live the life that's pleasing to us. Listen, man, you be the man of your dreams. And let that bra get in where she fit. Another thing she need to have. Uh-oh, my bad. Hold up. Should have turned that off, man. My bad. Should have turned that ring off. Let me turn that thing off, man. My bad. My bad. I know y'all probably didn't even hear it, but let me turn it off right quick. Matter of fact, let me turn both of them off. Let me turn both of these ringers off right here, man. We ain't got time to play these games right here now. Y'all stop playing with me. All right, now. So she also got to have a strong paternal bond. You understand? She has to have a strong paternal bond. Now, this is for a modern woman now. A modern woman here, she has to be taught respect by watching her mother's interaction with her father, because otherwise she's not going to be raised to respect a man. If you go to another culture, all women respect all men. You go to a patriarchal culture, there's certain things a woman can't do. Y'all remember that chick from Houston went to Dubai, raised her voice, gonna yell at the man, gonna yell at the Uber driver, got locked up for raising her voice in public. You got a woman in your damn house where you pay all the bills at raising her voice at you. You understand me? Men are too effeminate and weak in America. That's the problem. You're effeminate, you're weak, you go along to get along, you do everything in your power to pacify and satisfy the brow, and all she got to do is show up. The problem is not the lack of femininity in the woman. The problem is the lack of masculinity in the man. When the man becomes less masculine, the woman becomes less feminine. Nature has to balance itself. It's going to take a certain amount of femininity. It's going to take a certain amount of masculinity. It's going to take that. That's just the way it is, man. All right, man, this next clip. We're going to watch what happens when, now, here's a man, baby mama cheated, bragging about cheating. The reason she's talking to him about it, because he stayed with the broad after she cheated, which is probably what some of you did. And some of you are probably with a woman right now who didn't disrespect you like that.
You want to say, I shouldn't have did that. It was disrespectful. You lucky I ain't brother. Your cousins. Like, come on. Come on, baby. Meet me somewhere. If you want to go ahead and you want to put some dirty laundry out there, put me in it. Let me join it. Let's give them a show together. I don't need sympathy. Because guess what? I did what I did. 7, 8 months from now, it'll be a baby. And guess what? You're either going to be here or you're not. Nobody's forcing nothing. But this baby is coming. I'm not getting up. I'm not doing none of it. Because guess what? It really is what it is. It is. How do you got your dad coming here taking our trash? Like, why do your dad have to play the role that you're supposed to play?
Imagine being betrayed like that and then seeing the person online showing no remorse at all. They just don't care. Unreal. I hope he just takes care of the kids that he does have with her and move on.
See, let me tell y'all something, man. First of all, look at her. Look at her. I understand if you're a man and you got a wild, rowdy girl and she bad. I'm talking about fine as wine from head to toe. Beautiful, but she rowdy as hell. I understand how man can get caught up with that because we are creatures of, we like what we see. I give you that. This woman is not attractive. She is not feminine, and she is a scallywag. What is the purpose in being with this woman? What's the purpose? Because you get emotionally attached, you want to go tell everybody what the woman did. You want to go talk about it. Boy, you just got to get out of jail free card. That's what I tell y'all. Listen, man. Listen. Most men ain't got no paper. So you with a woman and y'all in a 50-50 relationship, splitting bills and shit, you ain't got nothing for her to take. You might have to pay child support for your kid. Okay, cool. Just make sure you got your phenomenal lawyer, pull your family together, get whatever paper you can get, and get a better lawyer than she got, and you're going to be okay on that. They not going to break your pockets with child support. But if you ain't got none of y'all splitting bills, ain't no alimony to pay. I want y'all to understand something, man. That's why you don't deal with a broke woman. You can say what you want to say about Cardi B, but Offset should have never married the broad. He should have never married her. Like, she goes back today. I mean, she admits she was a... Listen, man. There was a video floating around of her, man, when she was a stripper. Bruh, let me tell you something. Listen, man, ass look like the back of this phone. I'm talking about flat like that. Flats like that. Got some paper, fixed herself up. But she, bruh, if you think she don't really look good now, boy, she was terrible before. But she also admits that she used to set dudes up to get robbed. You deserve what you get if you put a woman like that in that position. Offset was a sucker. He just got to accept the fact he was a sucker when he did that. He didn't respect himself. He didn't love himself. And he was already getting paper. But here's the thing. Let me tell you something. If you don't elevate yourself spiritually, when you elevate yourself financially, you still going to go down and get the low-hanging fruit because that's what you identify with on a spiritual level. If you don't elevate yourself spiritually where you look down your nose at a woman like that, see, there's a certain type of woman out here you need to look down your nose at. If you can't look down your nose at a low-quality woman, then you're a low-quality man. If you don't realize how many steps down the escalator you have to go down in order to get to that low value woman, then you're a low value man. You ain't got to go down. You already on that level. Hell, sometimes you're so low you got to go up to get to her. But I want y'all to understand that when you're dealing with a scallywag, you're going to get scallywag results. You're going to get scallywag results. And that's all I'm talking about, man. That's why you got to know the history of a woman. That's why if you're going to put a woman in a wife position, bro, she has to be, man, I'm just going to keep it a buck with y'all. If you're a man living today, you would be a fool to put any woman who's not a virgin in your wife position. You're a fool. And so what you got to do, you got to understand that there are certain rules that apply to Americanized women, to westernized women. And there are westernized women in other cultures. There are some westernized women in Africa. Some cities, some towns in Africa, some cities in Africa, especially in Ghana, there's some cities in Ghana that are all Americanized. You know what I'm saying? There's a city or two. There are spots in Kenya that are Americanized. There's spots in Nigeria that are Americanized. South America is the America of Africa. To keep it above with you, the majority of Americans who move to Africa move to South Africa. South Africa is it runs like America. So there's going to be some Americanization there. But what I'm saying is this: even in those environments, you're more likely to find a virgin somewhere around there. We just got to accept the fact God laid down the way that thing was supposed to go. A girl was supposed to be at home in her father's house until a man came, paid a dowry, and betrothed her. Even if there were, even here in America back in the day, there was still that going on. These girls weren't out there, man, rallying around doing all that. They were back in the thing that they were in their father's house until they got out of their father's house. You understand? Even America was built like that. It just didn't trickle down to black folk because we trace our history back to slavery. See, if you are a group of people and you only trace your history back to slavery, that's a very low bar. That means that you have an excuse for everything you are. You have an excuse for everything you do. You have an excuse for everything you believe. You have an excuse for everything you avoid. You have an excuse for everything you're addicted to. You have an excuse for everything. And so right now, what we have to understand, this is the environment that we're in. We're in an environment where a bunch of these women were touched when they were young. That's just the truth of it. Okay, she's got some issues. Do you want to make that your wife? You probably don't want to do that. It's not your fault that something happened to her. It's not your fault. It's like this. If you go do 10 years in prison, you're never going to be able to answer any job application and say, no, I'm not a felon. When they run it, it's going to show up that not only are you a felon, you did the dime in the pen. It's going to show up. You don't get a do-over. You understand? You don't get to just start over and say, well, it ain't what it is. Because it is what it is. And I want y'all to understand that. It's the same way when you're dealing with a woman, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody say, how do you quit lust? How do you quit lust? You ain't gonna never quit lust, man. We're men. We're gonna have desires for women. We're gonna have desires for women. It's not about avoiding lust. What do you do? What do you do? I mean, you're gonna feel lust. Like, you're just gonna feel it. You're gonna have desire for women, man. That's what we do. We got to stop. We got to stop acting like that's not what we do. That's not what we're supposed to have. If you don't have any desires for women, boy, you got to ask yourself a question. You got to ask yourself something. Well, what is your problem then? What is going on with you? Why don't you have a desire? What is your issue? So when you say, how do you get over it? I mean, how you stop self-destruction, man? You just fucking stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to turn your life over to the Most High. If you're a man that's self-destruction and you don't believe, if you don't have no relationship with God, bro, that's your problem. You're never going to be able to overcome it. You're never going to be able to get away from these things. You're never going to be able to stop self-destructing. You're going to need some spiritual aptitude, some spiritual astuteness. You're going to have to start to develop a relationship with your spirit, man. The part of you that's telling you don't do that, it's wrong, is weak. You got to strengthen him. First thing you got to do, you got to get away from the things that are triggering you to do dumb shit. If you got to move, you move. If you got to go to another location, you go to another location. If you got to cut everybody off in your life, you cut everybody off in your life. You cut everybody off. You got to do whatever you got to do. Change your environment. Change the people that are around you. If you change the way you live, you'll change the way you think. If you change the way you think, you'll change the way you live. Both of these things go hand in hand. Show some gumption. Resist the urge to do something sometime. Have a replacement. If you got the desire to play with your pud, go to the gym. Work out instead. I promise you. If you have the desire to play with your pudge, that's what we called it, man, when I was coming up on the turf. We call it play with your pudge. If you got a problem to play with your pudge, man, then let me tell you what you do. You work out. I guarantee you, after you work out, after you really work out, you won't have desire to play with your pudge no more. Stop eating these estrogenic foods. Lay off that sugar. Lay off that liquor. Lay off that bread. Get the proper amount of rest. Fill your body up with water. If you smoke cigarettes, stop smoking cigarettes. Do whatever you got to do, man, to get yourself together, because you got to understand that it's your job to take care of you. If you don't want to take care of you, then you want to destroy you. That's two things you can do to yourself. You can take very good care of yourself, or you can destroy yourself. This right here, this juice right here, had apples, ginger, mango. Actually, it was a smoothie. Apple, ginger, mango, kale. It was phenomenal. Go on the 80-20 Deuteronomy diet. Change some things, man. You got to change some things in your life. And the thing is, as you get older, the more things you have to change. Like, you can't even make mistakes at a certain age. You got to stay on top of everything. You got to stay on top of everything, man. This is my carbs for the day. Other than this, if it ain't green, I don't eat it. I don't eat carbs. Carbs are for people that want to go crazy and be obese. That's what carbs is for. All them high carbs, man, eating all that crazy stuff. Unless you're talking about post-workout, pre or post-workout. Otherwise, man, leave that stuff alone. All this synthetic trees, man, they make it, man. All that stuff is in it, man. Them estrogens, they in there. So many, man, if you eat fast food, man, then listen, we ain't gonna even get into that, man. Let's stick to the topic. So I want y'all to understand, man, that you cannot allow yourself to be victimized by yourself and then turn around and be mad and have red pill rage because the woman was this and the woman was that. Don't be mad at yourself. Be glad with yourself. Be glad that you got out of that situation. Embrace yourself and say, man, I'm glad you got us out of that. And then remember all the things you went through. Remember how you felt like a sucker. Remember how you felt like nothing. Remember how you felt like a turd. Remember how you felt like a poopy pamper. Remember how you felt like all the things that have no value, all the things that are disgusting because you allowed yourself to be in that situation. And then tell yourself, you know you're a fool if you put us back in that situation again, right? You know you're a fool if you put us back in that situation again, right? Another thing, man, we got to remember this. The independent woman mindset is not based on a woman having money. It's based on a woman being in a westernized society. Even a woman who has nothing has an independent mindset. Like, the only mindset that a woman can have in America is an independent mindset. That's all she can have. It's everywhere. That's why you got to have a woman that's detached from social media. If she attached to social media, her mindset is independent. She might not have two nickels to rub together, but her mindset is if she's sitting on a mill. Her mindset is she deserves whatever she wants, no matter what she has to offer. Her mindset is she deserves whatever she wants, no matter what baggage she's bringing with her. Her mindset is she deserves whatever she wants. If you're willing to give it to her, she gonna take it. She will use you if you allow yourself to be you. There ain't no women out here that's gonna be like, well, no, I don't really like you like that. So no, I ain't gonna take your money. Offer some money and see what happens. She ain't gotta like you at all. Offer some money and see what happens. And that's why I stay in the South. People say, man, why you stay in the South? You know why? Because I can just listen, if you want eggs, if I want eggs, I can go to a farm and see the chickens out in the pasture. I can see the chickens out clucking around in the field. If I want eggs, I could do that. If I wanted some beef, I could go and see the cows in the pasture. I could go out there any time of day and see them same cows in that same pasture all day long. And I can go back the next morning and see them same cows in that same pasture. I don't have to send it to the slaughterhouse. I don't have to go to I don't have to get it from the store where it go through these factory farms. I don't have to do that. I can go right down there, man, buy one right off the side of the road. Boy, I can literally pass on the interstate, see some cows over there, I can buy a cow off the side of the road and go get that boy cut up and have whatever I want. Where I am, the surface is 75% water. If I want fish, I don't have to go get no crap that's farmed in this farm with all these fish and all that bacteria. I just go catch some fresh. And somebody may say, man, but the oceans I ain't talking about the ocean. I'm talking about the river. The ocean is polluted, but not every river is polluted. There's so many rivers running into the ocean that, yeah, there's going to be some pollution there. But I want y'all to understand something. You got to understand how to live a quality life. And you avoid stress. You know how you avoid stress? You avoid stress for one reason. Because stress will kill you. If you're in a situation with a woman that you treat like a queen and she treat you like a peasant, that's stressful. It will destroy you. If you're in a situation with a woman that's treating you like you less than a man and you sitting there taking it and you stand anyway, which makes her treat you even more like less than a man, it's stressful. It is destroying you. If you done put a scallywag in the white position and you can't trust her any further than you can see her, hell, you can't trust her when you can see her. She'll sit right on the sofa beside you and be texting somebody. And you can't control her. You can't even tell her, hey, when we sit at the table right here, you don't have no phone. Boy, let me tell you something. This is real talk. I don't have no woman in my life that I can't control. If I can't control her, I don't need her. Because you know what? If I show up, draped up and dripped out, looking good, feeling good, smelling good, I can still smash her if I want to. So it ain't, well, you ain't gonna get laid. Nah, that's a totally different thing from getting laid. I'm talking about if you see a woman and she's a constant in my life, I can tell her what to do. And she gonna do it. I can tell her what to do. I got a key to her crib. She ain't got no key to mine. Because I'm going to live my life the way I want to live it, and I'm only dealing with a woman who fit into it. If there's 100 women in a room and 98 of those women don't fit into my life, I'm cool with the 2 that do. I don't need them 98 women. If them 2 right there fit in my life, okay, I got 2 women that fit into my life. Gonna do what I tell them to do, gonna accept the fact that I am who I am, and gonna do all of that. Boy, let me tell you something. When you get your mind set on the fact that you're gonna be who you want to be, and a woman just got to deal with it, when a woman lock into you, boy, she locked in. She locked in. I'm talking about husband mode. I'm talking about Genesis. Your desire shall be to your husband, and he shall rule over you. I'm talking about having a woman who desires only to you, and you rule over her. Whatever you say, she does it. Whatever you think she wants you to share so she can try to do it. Why in the hell you dealing with any woman that ain't giving you that? It don't make no sense, man. It ain't nothing else that a woman got worth it except her shut up and obedience. Unless she got that box that you cracked the seal on. If you crack the seal on that water bottle, boy, different ball game. But most of the time, that ain't what you're going to do, especially when you're dealing with westernized women. More precisely, Americanized women. TJ Pat, what's good, man? Good to see you in the joint, man. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. CAB, what's good with you, man? Gospel Truth Doc. Salute to you, man. Appreciate the dub. Appreciate it. All right, man. This next clip we're going to look at, man. We're going to look at Trina, the rapper Trina. The one who say she knocked about 5 or 6 best friends. Kenyon Martin imprint. Now, this Kenyon Martin imprint now, she'd have married her a young dude, and let's just say, let's take a look at it.
Y'all make some noise! That's right, y'all. This is where it's at today, baby. Y'all can make a better noise today. Y'all make some noise for this here. Listen right now, make some noise. That's right, y'all.
Y'all make some noise for Mr. Miss. Now, I want y'all to watch something. Look at her leading him by his hand. Look at her leading him by his hand. Let me tell y'all something. If you have ever been anywhere and your woman was leading you by your hand, she didn't respect you. She pulling you along like you her son. She didn't respect you. You ever see me with a woman, either she draped up on my arm right here, or I'm dragging her like that. You'll never see me in that situation. So she has finally found a young man who is so enthralled in what she used to be and who she is and reputation and telling everybody, woo, I got me a trainer, that she done got him jammed up. She done got him jammed up. And when it all boils down, man, just the things that woman done said, just the things she's been involved in, and just the fact that she ain't even half the woman she used to be. I mean, you know the only thing worse than you seeing a woman when she was young and trying to get at her, you know her, you trying to get at her and it didn't work out, she ain't wanting that serious with you, or, you know, maybe y'all was together and then it fell apart and, you know, she found somebody better and you letting her come back to you when she looked like Trina look now? Is you never even having the opportunity to experience her when she was young and bad. And you just want her now because of what she used to be. You can't even say it with the OJs. She ain't used to be your girl. It don't make no sense, man. That young fella, man, he got better options than Cat Lady Trina. You got better options than that. And so I want you men to understand, you probably didn't have no Cat Lady Trina, but I bet you had better options than the woman you chose to be in that situation with. You know, let me tell you the funny thing that I learned. Anytime I talk to guys, man, and they have a woman in their life that's giving them hell, there's always another woman who's a better fit that's jockeying for the position. But a sucker want to be loyal to a sucker trucker. You know what a sucker trucker is? A woman who find a sucker and ride him into the ground like a truck. She ride that sucker over the road. I'm talking about, look at him, man. Don't stop the wheels from turning. Run over that sucker till you can't be run over no more. So you'd rather have a sucker trucker than to have a woman that got some love for you. You did that. You did that. You did that. Nobody else did it. You put yourself in that situation with the wrong woman, man, just like this young man did here. This woman ain't got no low body count. She ain't got no low emotional count. She ain't got no strong maternal bond. She ain't gonna give you no shut up as an obedience. She ain't detached from social media. She never had an accurate maternal example. She was a stripper. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's a lot of women who had a desire to be a stripper. But for a woman to actually be it, she's a different type of animal. You understand me? She is a different type of animal, brothers. I'm telling you. That's what she is. And you got to think about this, man. If a woman has already experienced every intimate thing, what's left for you? If she's already done, man, these guys be out here marrying women, man, who used to do that stuff for a living. If one was a stripper, man, she probably got paid by some baller somewhere, especially in somewhere like Miami. All the athletes and entertainers that stay down there. Somewhere like LA, all the athletes and entertainers that stay down there and visit there. Somewhere like New York City, all the athletes, entertainers, and people that visit there and stay there. Someone like Chicago, someone like Houston, all the athletes, entertainers, and people with paper, man, that stay there and live there. Come on, bruh. And visit there. Come on, man. You know good and well that a woman who's in the working girl industry, man, she done did everything and probably done did everything with everybody. And you finna wife her up. Let me tell y'all 3 women you should not put in. We're gonna go 4. 4 women you should not put in the wife position ever. A stripper, an OnlyFans model. This one gonna get y'all right here. Then we're gonna get y'all, man. A hairstylist, a hairstylist, and the 4th one is a woman with another man's kids. You can't put those women in the wife position. You can't do it. Because a hairstylist at some point is going to do some man's head. And whether he's a heterosexual man or not, he's still a man, and whatever energy she has, when she's in his hair, all of that energy is going to flood. You got to think about it. There's a lot of energy that come through our scalps. A lot of energy come through our scalps. And you got to think about that. A masseuse? Nope. I'm talking about a woman who give massages for a living. Come on, bruh. Because let me tell you something, bruh. Every woman that's a masseuse, I promise you this, will give some man the happy ending. Will give some man a happy ending. It may not be the average man who comes in there, but there's some man that she will give a happy ending. You think Halle Bailey, if she was a masseuse, she wouldn't give Usher a happy ending? You think those women who pay CB $1,000 for a meet and greet, if he come into a massage parlor they work there, she wouldn't give him a happy ending? Shit, your boy BOA done been offered a happy ending before. I'm telling you, man, like, I'm telling you what's real, bruh. Like, the way this thing is set up, it's set up for a man to be in business. It's set up for a woman to work for her husband. And if you can't have it like that, then it's not going to work. It's not going to work, bruh. I'm telling you, man. Man, I'll give y'all an example. Man, let me tell y'all something. Then when I was younger, man, before haircuts just got too expensive for me, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. When I took the vow to Nazarite, this is real talk. When I took the vow to Nazarite at 22, when I came off, my locks was down here. I just let them lock up. We talking about Bob Marley matted up locks. Not these things you can get retwisted. We talking about Chaba. We talking about that right there. At the end of vow to Nazarite, you got to cut your hair off and burn it. I cut it off and burned it. It came off in one big mat, just a big mat of hair. I burned it. Showed up on the college campus, man, the next week. It's crazy how my vow to Nazarite ended right before I was going to university. Man, showed up on the campus, man. I had shaved all my hair off. Showed up on campus, bald man with a goatee, man, chocolate nigga with muscles. Showed up, man, on campus, literally. Could have killed anything on campus, no matter what the position. I'm talking about from freshman to the guidance counselor to the financial aid advisor. Could have killed anything on campus. And I just stuck with it. I never grew it again. You know what I'm saying? This has always been my look. I never grew it again. And not just there, everywhere I went, I just killed the game. Like, I was the prototype. I was that. When I saw that, I was like, shh. But let me tell y'all something. I had this chick, man, who used to do my braids, man. And she used to do them because she the only one that could do the two and make them tight. You know what I'm saying? So I was just rocking 2 braids down there. Man, I just noticed one time she would braid my hair, bro. And listen, man, crazy thing is, man, she had a baby, man, that was like 7 months old. So, dude knew he wasn't tripping, man, because that's what she did. She braided. So I saw him, man. We chopped it up outside for a minute, man. He bounced. So we in there sitting, man, and I just noticed, man, that she just kept leaning on my back, man, like just leaning on my back. You know, I wasn't in no barber chair. I was in like a regular chair, so my back was above the back. She just kept leaning on my back, man. And listen, bro, she was leaning on my back, man. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I started feeling that heat on my back, man. I was like, man, that girl here, man, she heating up back here. So she came around to the side, man, and she was kind of leaning she was leaning too far to the side. So she was kind of like right here. You know, my elbow was up here, man. Man, she just leaned her box on my elbow, man. Literally, man. And I'm talking about, man. Then she started, you know, you hear the noises that a woman making, man. I'm beyond which I just did what the dude does. I just turned around, man, and pulled her around, man. Had my hand right here behind her, man, and just, you know, hand just went straight up through there, man. Pulled her around, man, and sat on my lap, man. But her, she did my hair at her grandma's house, man. Her grandma was in the back, man. Her grandma called her and started walking up that way. Bro, I don't know what I was finna do, man, but I think I was finna grudge her right there. You know what I'm saying? Because it just had got lit like that. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. While she was doing all that, I was getting lit too. So I was like, man, listen, bro. But I was like, man, we in here, man, and this thing right there. But when she made that move like that, bro, I finna shit, bro. You know what? I really don't know, but I think I was finna pull her around, man, and sit on my wood, dog. I think that's what I was finna do. But you know, I was young then, man. You know, when you're young, man, you do. Now I look at that, I be like, man, nah, not with a chick I don't know. I wouldn't get down like that. Well, I knew her. You know, I can't say I ain't know her. I knew her. Like I knew her family, all of that, man. And I was like, man, that dude don't even know that. He don't even know that to this day. Cause I saw him after that, man. Everything was cool. Dap me up, we chop it up. But that thing right there was finna turn ugly, man. Cause I'm gonna tell you what, boy, if I had put that lumber on her back, man, he wasn't gonna have her no more. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't gonna have her no. He ain't have it in. I had it in. I just didn't want her. You know what I mean? So I just say, man, sometimes, man, I be looking back, I be like, man, if I was like, am I just the type of dude that just don't do things like that? Cause it wasn't even just really because her grandma called her. It was just because her grandma was in the house. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was the most high looking out for me, just to keep the temptation away from going too far. Then to interference got ran. Cause I don't know, man. I don't know what I would have done, bro. I can't really tell you. I know I was lit. You know what I'm saying? I know I was lit. She was lit. And I'm talking about, man. But then, you know, as I got older and realized, man, I was like, man, she probably just ovulating, man. That probably all it was. She probably just ovulating, man. And here I come. And she probably had already had that desire right there, man. And you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you know, shit, man, I got that. You know, I mean, I've been told, but I think I do, man. Women tell me all the time, man, I got that BDE, man. You know what I'm saying? I walk in, man. I walk in like a backbreaker. You know, I stack paper. I walk in like I stack paper and backbreaker, man. That's what I do. So I look at that, man. I was like, bro, never. I would never, ever do it because there's a connection that's made. Like there's a connection that's made. And you know, man, when you in good shape, man, a woman, she has a tendency, man, you got to think about this. The average woman doesn't have a man who's in shape. The average American man isn't in shape. 85% of American men are not in shape. And that's probably being generous. When you take out the athletes, about 90% of the men left aren't in shape. And even athletes, when they're done playing, most of them don't stay in shape. And so when a woman sees you and you're in shape, but not just in, a lot of people there's some skinny people, but I'm talking about in shape. When you swole up, you know what I'm saying? Man, that's a different thing for a woman. And sometimes, man, that shit drive a woman wild. That would drive a woman wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's a tough thing to understand that if your woman goes out into the world every day, she's getting a boatload of attention every day. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Attention makes a woman feel desirable. The more attention she gets, the more desirable she feels. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: your attention is your attention. But if 50 men give her attention, your one man attention, I don't care who you are, Doc BOA, my one man's attention cannot compete with the attention of 50 men because 10 of those men are in a position like you, close to you, or even above you in life. You understand? So if she chilling with me, hopping out the big pretty candy Escalade, and then when she out on her own, she either, if she getting janked at by somebody else in the big pretty candy Escalade, or she getting janked by somebody in a big pretty candy G-Wagon. That's the competition. You understand what I'm saying? So I want y'all to understand, man, that your woman has to be dedicated to you in every way. If she's not, you can't win. You're going to lose. She had to be dedicated to you in every way. And how you do that? You keep your gators on her neck. Somebody asked me when the next audio book coming out, man. Keep your gators on her neck, man. I'm finishing the editing on it tonight. I'm doing channel markers on it this time, so it won't just be an audio book that just run. It's gonna have channel markers. So you're gonna know what chapter markers, I mean. So you're gonna know what chapter is coming up, and you're gonna know what the chapter is about. So I'm finishing that up, man. I'm gonna stay up late tonight, man, and go ahead and try to finish it tonight. Not too late, man. I'll be going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning. So, but I'm gonna try to get it finished tonight, man. I want to give y'all a little different swing on it, man. But keep your gators on her neck. The audio book, man, is coming. It is coming. My goal is to wrap it tonight, and I'll probably stay up to maybe about 11 trying to work on it, man. So, all right, man. So let's get back into this thing. All right, man. So this next clip right here, man, we're going to listen to this woman telling 6'8" the Great and whoever this guest is he got on here, man, that she needs to be tamed. Peep game.
You know what the thing is with me? I need somebody that knows how to tame me real good. So you have to know how to.
Are you a fucking caged animal? Why the fuck I gotta tame you?
I am a caged animal.
That's a problem. You need therapy.
No,
okay?
I've been to therapy.
Niggas don't need to tame a woman. We do so much in our everyday life
but
already.
That's your natural
Why the fuck?
habitat.
Can I speak, please?
Wait,
when I come home, right? When I come home, I don't want to have to tame my woman.
No.
If I'm providing for you and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing as a man, right? Why the fuck would I want to come home after dealing with all that shit and then have to tame my girl? Like as if you some animal.
It's not like you have to tame me in a sense of like if there's something going on every single day. It has to do with like, a day-to-day thing as far as like, I might be in a bad mood or I might be trying to do something that I want to do and you're telling me not to do what I want to do and I might want to do it. So that might be combative for me because I'm very bossy. I'm sorry. I like things my way or the fucking highway. That's just what it is. And I'm just me. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, hit the road.
Would she be somebody that'll be your type?
Fuck no, nigga. What the fuck I need to tame and like tame, nigga? This shit crazy. And she talking about, oh, I'm 27, you know what I'm saying? And I like things my way or the highway, whoop the whoop. Well, listen to me. This is why you're at a dating show inside of a studio right now, okay? Because you're still dealing with these issues, baby. You need to.
Yo, let me tell y'all something, bro. Tame, let me tell y'all what that means. Think about what that means now. She's not saying that she's tough or she's violent or she's a killer or anything. She's saying she wild. She out here in these streets. She's saying that she living reckless out here. She's living reckless because that's just who she is personality-wise. When she says she want a man to tame her, she's saying she want a man to save her. Now ask yourself, have you ever saved a woman from herself? Have you ever met a woman who was in the streets and you told her you ain't got to be in the streets no more? Have you ever been at the strip club and you told a woman in there, you ain't got to do this no more? Whatever you want, girl, you know I can provide whatever you need. Call 632-2135. Now maybe I should drive right over and show you my new ride. Or take you shopping out on the town. Would that make you feel your best? Have you ever told a woman that? Have you met a woman who was wilding out in life and you jump in to save her? Well, that was your fault. A woman who needs to be tamed ain't ready to come out of the wilderness yet. A woman who, now I guarantee you this, I guarantee you, You can look at her body and tell she ain't got a bunch of kids. She may have one, but I guarantee you, if she had the mental and physical war wounds, the emotional scars of being out there in the wilderness, her whole attitude would be different. But she'd still have that demanding outlook and try to set standards. Man, it'd be some absolute butterfaces on here, man. With guts and everything, man. Talking about, well, no, you dress too nice. You look too handsome, or you're too tall, or you make too much money. You probably a player. They be on there with all type of standards. Cause let me tell you something, bro. A woman knows when she's out of her league, but she thinks you're dumb. She thinks you don't know. So if a woman who's 300 pounds is telling you she want a man that's in shape with a six-pack, she knows she don't deserve that. But in her mind, you don't know no better. In her mind, you're desperate. In her mind, men outnumber women. In her mind, she's got the options. And you have allowed yourself to be told by these beta males and suckers out here that women have all the options when they don't. They outnumber us greatly. You're doing a disservice to the world if you only have one woman. It don't make sense. If 7 women should grab a hold of one man and say, hey, we'll pay for our own way, we just need a man. You mean tell me out of them 7, you only deserve one? So it ain't about having no paper. It's only about having paper when you're dealing with a woman who ain't got none, who looking for yours. Like Corey Holcomb said, a woman who got paper just wants you to be self-sufficient. In the beginning, anyway. Once you lock her in, everything she got, you got access to everything she has. And I want y'all to understand that. I want y'all to stop thinking like suckers, thinking like you're supposed to let a woman who make paper, keep her paper, and you pay all the bills for her. You wine and dine her. Hell no, I'm not doing it. You spent your whole life getting this paper. Girl, you better kick that paper out. What's wrong with you? You spent your whole life getting paper, and I ain't finna benefit from none of it? What's the purpose in me having you if I can't benefit from the paper, baby girl? Give me some of that paper. You understand? Sock it to my pocket, put it in my mitt. You want to be my witch, you got to try to make a nigga rich. Understand me? It's God's plan for you to put it in my hand. And that's the way it is, bro. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like, we got to keep in mind, bro, that everything we think about, it just doesn't make sense for you and I to act like we don't know what we deserve in our lives. Like we just going to accept less than we deserve. Like we just going to look at our lives and say, well, I know what I want, but I'm just going to accept what she giving. I'm just going to accept what she offer. Like she the only woman. You got 7 options. Each one of you men in here got 7 options. Why you taking shit off one woman? You got 7 options, bro. Let me tell you something. Even if you 50 pounds overweight, start today. Cut the carbs, work out every day. In 6 months, you'll be raw. You'll be raw in 6 months. If you don't, let me tell you something. You done spent your life doing all the things you wanted to do, that you thought you wanted to do, that didn't benefit your life. Now, get your shit together. And then you'll live the life you want to live. Then you'll be looking at a woman like, let me tell you something, man. If you put yourself in the right position, you get attention from women when you out. You get attention from women when you out. You ain't got to be 6'8" to get attention from women. You ain't got to be 6'9". You ain't got to be 6'5". You ain't got to be that to get attention from women. All you got to do, the reason why guys that are tall like that get the type of attention they do is because there's something unknown that a woman doesn't regularly see. But if you come through chunked out, If you come through chonked out, a woman don't really see that for real. A woman don't really see that. I'm telling you, a woman don't really see that all the time. Like if you come through chonked out, man, the last thing on that woman's mind is, I wish she was taller. Especially if you only deal with the women who show you attraction confirmation. See, if you worry about the women who show you attraction confirmation, she already see everything you are physically. She's attracted to it. You ain't got to sell yourself to the broad. Y'all stop this cold approach and shit out here, man. Tired of y'all getting these sucker results. 2 out of 50 women that you a cold approach, you get them. I don't care if it's 5 out of 50, if it's 15 out of 50, if it's 25 out of 50, it's only 50%. I get 100% of the women that show me attraction confirmation. Always have. Even if I ain't deal with them no further. I got them from day one. They was ready. They was going. So, man, let's just be honest, bro. We're going to stop playing these games. Project 007, appreciate the dime. Tame a woman. Fam, I handle business. Sharp objects, firing tools. If I have to tame a woman, she ain't worth my time. Salute, dog. Man, that's real, man. Talking about taming a woman, bro, she better self-tame. She better self-tame. She better self-check, because I ain't doing none of that. Green Ranger 89, appreciate the dime. Late super chat, but facts. Been lifting weight for 19 years. Currently leaning down. My child best friend was telling me about friends of her lusting for me. Man, it be like that, bro. It be like that. I'm telling you, man, it's a different broad game. Shaka, good to see you back in the joint, man. Just got back from basic training. Salute, man. Salute. It's a major move, man. Major move right there. All right, man. So this next clip, man, we're going to look at, man, we're going to listen to, this guy's going to be talking about Lisa Ray and how she want to be a 60-year-old sugar baby. And we're going to break down his assessment of it.
So basically, Lisa Ray just said any man who can't cover 100% of her bills, including the light bill, is not on the market for her. And I feel like that's okay. I think we need to leave this in 2024, man. It's too many men and women who are putting people's preferences in the spotlight. And I think 2025, we need to start fresh. When a woman says, these are my standards, if you cannot meet those standards, it's okay to just move on and say she not for me. You ain't got to diss somebody's standards. You ain't got to bring nobody age into it, they weight into it, where they look into it, whatever they got going on. If a woman says, yo, I'm not going to accept a man who can't do XYZ, if a man says, I don't want a woman who can't do XYZ, or you got to be like, yo, that person ain't for me. You ain't got to shame nobody for having high standards because you don't meet their standards. Trust me, fellas, listen, it's women out here who taking 50%. It's women out here who taking 0% and will even let you drive their car while they at work just to say they got a man. Now, they don't look like Lisa Ray. That's a damn fact.
See, this is when you know a guy's pandering. Dog, Lisa Ray is 60. This is not Diamond from Players Club. This ain't that Lisa Ray. This is not Lisa Ray from the show with Dwayne Martin. This is Grandma Lisa Ray. This is 60-year-old Lisa Ray, bruh. Look like her? Yes, hell, they do. If they're in their 30s, yes, hell, they do. If they're in their 20s, you better believe they do. Even if they don't look like Diamond Lisa Ray, you got to be hard. Like, you just got to go and seek out an unattractive woman to find a woman that's in her 20s that's not more attractive than 60-year-old Lisa Ray, bruh. Like, this is some bullshit right here.
But they out here.
Now, I want y'all to understand, bro. The problem with this is that when someone has unrealistic standards, it's funny. We should be able to talk about it. That's why we talk about it. We ain't leaving nothing in 2024. If someone says something like this, then we have the right to break it down because it doesn't make sense. If a man is in a position to provide and protect for a woman who's used to the quality of life that Lisa Ray is used to, he is not going to do it for Lisa Ray. Unless he's Richard Lawson, who married Beyonce's mom. See how that lasted? Bruh, what man is finna step into a situation to provide and protect for a woman on a high level who too old to have kids? Because any man who wants that, he wants a family. Any man who wants to provide and protect for a woman, he wants a family. He wants to have a family, provide and protect for a family. Lisa Ray can't give a man no kids. None whatsoever. And the reality is, the more we talk about these things, man, the more I'm starting to realize that there's a bunch of people who have a mic in their face and a camera on that just shouldn't have it on. Like, people are willing to just say anything, that any type of nonsensical shit right now. Because the bottom line is, man, if a woman is 300 pounds and say she want a man with a six-pack, find me the 300-pound woman that got a man with a six-pack, and she ain't paid. Maybe a Lizzo could pull it off. Lizzo paid. Lizzo actually trying to come down too. Like, she's doing a pretty good job, man. She focused on her health. She focused on her life, man. There may be some Ozempic in there, but I feel like whatever you got to do, as big as she was, then Ozempic makes sense for somebody that's that big and trying to, turn the corner and start going down. So, but when you think about it, man, I mean, she still got a little ways to go, man. But she's making good progress. But when you think about it, man, the unrealistic standards, bro, it's just some Americanized shit. There is no 60-year-old Kenyan woman that's single talking about she want a man to pay all her bills. If she's 60 and she Kenyan, she already got a husband, unless he died already. You understand? Like, there are no 60 and 70-year-old single women in patriarchal cultures. Why? Because they can't, like, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work well for them. Only here, only in America can a woman be this age and still be talking sugar baby talk. If a man can't pay, Lisa Ray 60. The only man she gonna get is a man who she gonna pay all his bills. Just like Trina. She gonna get a man who can pay she gonna have to pay his bills. She gonna have to buy his clothes. Let me tell you something, man. There ain't no young dudes wearing no fucking Versace no more, man. No, ain't nobody wearing them ugly ass shirts no more. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if Trina brought that shirt for that boy, man. Cause she old school. That Versace shit, man, that's old school. You know what I'm saying? Diddy used to wear that shit back when Biggie was alive. Like, it's old school, man. Nobody wear that no more. So when you think about it, man, you got to understand, man, that there's a group of us who understand what it's going to take to have a traditional relationship. And it's going to take you going to a patriarchal society and finding a traditional woman, a woman who was not only raised traditionally, but who lives in a society that is run traditionally, where a woman has to be respectful when she's addressing a man, no matter who the man is. She has to be respectful, where there's repercussions for a woman being overtly disrespectful to a man. You understand me? That's where you got to go. Now, this next clip, man, let's just check it out.
A lot of women are claiming they're not willing to do wife duties like cooking and cleaning before they have the ring. And I'm saying, how can he determine if you're worthy of the ring if you can't show him a couple survival skills? Those aren't wife things. Those are just life things. I think a man deserves to know if you are clean. I think he deserves to know if you can feed him, okay? Just like you deserved to know if he can provide and protect, right? Wife things would be making the man your beneficiary on your life insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? Adding him to your will. You know what I'm saying? 401k, liquid assets, joint ownership on vehicles and homes. That's wife duties. But come on, these men are not asking for none of that.
Camera about to go out, man. Let me change the battery. Camera about to go out right now. Your boy flash. I think we'll start limiting these shows to an hour. Hey, what y'all think, man? What y'all think about limiting the shows to an hour? Y'all put a one in the chat, man, if y'all think the show would be better if we just limit them to an hour. All right, what she's saying, man, makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? And you hear women saying this all the time, where I'm only going to do that for my husband, but still want you to take her out somewhere. That's why I tell y'all, man, dog, this ain't that new. I always had this mindset. If she ain't already on my team, man, I ain't taking her nowhere. Well, how you get to meet a woman? I ain't got to take your ass out to meet you. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, man, that's why you avoid the dating game if you only deal with women who show you attraction confirmation. If a woman don't show you attraction confirmation, bruh, you are wasting time doing this dating game shit. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. The dating game is for suckers. It's for suckers, man. To meet a woman and take her out somewhere and give her the power to say, I don't want to go there, or, bruh, I'm not dealing with no woman, man, who's so detached from my presence that she gives a care about where I'm taking her. I deal with women that don't care where I take them. Man, I can pull up on the beach at a food truck, and she'll get whatever I get off that food truck, man, and we'll walk by the ocean, eating some shit off a food truck if that's what I want to do. You understand? We'll chop up some mangoes and we'll walk by the beach eating a bowl of mangoes. Why? Because she don't care about none of that. She just want to be with me. And as a man, that's the respect and interest that you must demand from your interaction with women, bro. If not, you're wasting too much time. You're going to put in all that time, all that effort, and all that energy on a woman who don't even like you. She don't even like you. She don't even like you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? She don't even like you. Bruh, think about the fact that a woman complains about where you take her. She is just wanting to go somewhere on your dime. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine the mental anguish of having to suppress the knowledge that the woman you about to wine and dine don't even like you, bruh. You know what kind of mental block that is, bruh? Do you know what kind of mental block that is? To say, okay, I know this woman don't like me, but I'm going to take her somewhere and spend a lot of money to try to impress her and make her like me. That's why these women talking about they don't go to Cheesecake Factory, because some sucker that they didn't like done took them to Ruth Chris. Some sucker they didn't like done took her to a restaurant and a hotel she can't even afford to stay in the hotel for one night. Let me tell you the greatest way to tell that a woman's really into you. The greatest way to tell a woman's really into you is that once she learns about you, she wants to impress you. So she has something she wants you to try. Well, I heard you say you like blah, 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 blah. Well, I know a spot over here. It's going to be the best you ever had. So you sure it's going to be the best I ever had? Tell you, I guarantee it. But I tell you what, if it ain't the best I ever had, then, I want you to go in the bathroom and pull your panties out. And then just don't wear them no more tonight. Cool. We go there. It's the best I ever had. I ain't gonna lie. I said, well, you know what? You can keep your panties on. It's the best I ever had. She said, oh, Dad, I already took them off and I went in the bathroom. I said, okay, cool. All right, cool. Let's go ahead. Then we spend the rest of our night having an amazing time because the woman been waiting on this time with me. She's been dying to spend this time with me. She don't want to do shit. Listen, she'll come spend time with me if I'm tired and I take a nap. She just want to be with me. She just want to be around me, bruh. What the hell we doing, man? What the hell we doing? Now, I'm not saying that you can just show up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to be something likable. You got to be something desirable. You know what I'm saying? You got to be something desirable. But I'm just telling you, man, you got to stop going to places that dating motherfuckers tell you to go. Don't meet no woman at the club. It ain't no women worth meeting at no fucking club, dog. You meet women all day. The problem is you meet women all day. Put a one in the chat if you'd have been at the gas station putting gas in your car and you saw a little cute chick out there, man, and she was looking at you and eyeing you up and down, man, and you look up, she looking back at you again, and she's smiling at you and all that, and you just got in your car and pulled your crazy ass off. Put a one in the chat if that's ever happened to you at a gas station, if that's ever happened to you at a store, if that ever happened to you at a restaurant, if that ever happened to you at a car wash, if that ever happened to you anywhere, if that ever happened to you at the bank. You passing by women that like you every day. So you can wait till the weekend and go somewhere where the women don't like nobody. Come on, man. You pass by women that like you every day. I'm in the gym. You pass by women that like you every day, bruh. Every day. There ain't a day that pass I don't pass by at least 2-3 women that show me attraction confirmation. There ain't a day that passes by. It don't matter where I'm at, when I travel, when I'm in the airport. Hell, sometimes when I'm on a plane. The stewardess. Bro, listen what I'm telling you. If you are paying attention to your surroundings, you see attractive women. Now, they may not be these Instagram, IG thought models where if you ain't got no paper, you ain't getting them no way. Them girls sell themselves. You got guys like Bandman Kevo out there, man, giving them 12,000. You got guys out here in the NBA, man, putting babies in them. You can't compete with that. Keep your eyes off the prize that over there, man. Them ain't the ones you want no way. You got to pay to play with them. But every day you go somewhere, there's an attractive woman, man, looking at you. And you just keep walking on by, driving on by, get back in your car, act like you don't see it. You know why? You know why? Because you're afraid. You ain't got no game. You don't know what to say to a woman that's right in front of you. So you would rather go chase a woman who don't like you so you can figure out why she likes you. You rather a woman like you because you whining and dining her, because at least you know what she like you for. You don't know yourself well enough to know why the fuck a woman would like you if you ain't paying nothing on her. You got to know yourself. You got to learn yourself. And now we're going to talk about the spiritual benefits of being single, because you don't know yourself because you don't understand the spiritual benefits. Spiritually, you don't know who you are. You don't know what energy that woman feel coming off of you. You just leave it alone. Shit, I ain't finna go over there and talk to her. I don't know what to say. Shit, I don't know what to say. You don't know what to say. You ain't got no confidence. You ain't got confidence. Just walk up to her and say, "Hey, what's up, baby girl? I mean, see you looking over at me. You everything all right over here with you? Yeah, everything all right. I'm good. So, all right. I mean, you was looking at you like you want me to come help you since everything all right out here. Shit, I see you want me to help you do something else. Go get your phone out the car. If she already jocking you, she gonna go get her phone out the car. If it's locked, tell her to unlock it. She unlock her phone, put your number in there. Then call yourself and say, all right, now look at here, baby girl. I'm gonna tell you like this. You seem like you're pretty competitive. I'm competitive too. So what we're gonna do, within the next 24 hours, we're gonna race. You understand? If you beat me to this, then I'm gonna set aside some time on my busy schedule for us to hang out this weekend and do some things. You know what I'm saying? We'll do something. We'll do something that I promise you're gonna enjoy it. She said, well, what's the challenge? I said, well, here's what you got to do. When you get to the crib, I want you to call me while you're in the tub. All right? While you sitting soaking in the tub. Well, I shower. I'm giving y'all real experience. Well, most times I take a shower when I get off. Okay, baby, don't take a shower tonight. Soak in the tub, put you some suds in there, and sit in there. And I want you to call me while you're in the tub. And shit, she did it. Why? Because she's confused. Ain't nobody never told her that. All you got to do is run confusion in a woman's brain. Anything new to her is true to her. If she ain't never heard it or never seen it, it's true to her. And so you just never know. You just got to say what you going to say, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got to say what you're going to say, man. I mean, because what's the worst thing that can happen? Nothing is going to happen if the woman already shows you she likes you. The worst thing that can happen is you don't say nothing. And then you're around here talking about you can't, I went out, man, you got to go cold approach 50 women. Why in the hell you got to cold approach 50 women when there's 2 or 3 of them cold approaching you? Now, a woman ain't going to walk up to you, hey, baby, you look, no, she ain't going to say that. But a woman's cold approach is attraction confirmation. It's showing you she like what she see. It's showing you, if a woman show you twice she like what she see, she want to meet you. She want to meet the man she looking at. Now, sometimes a woman just look at you, she like what she see. And you got to capitalize on it real quick. Other time, you might not even be thinking about, okay, I'm used to women liking what they see. So I ain't going to just holler at every woman that showed me attraction confirmation. But then there's some of them, they let you know, hey, listen, if I was a man, I would come talk to you. Please come talk to me. I'm not finna leave her hanging like that. If she on me like that, man, I got to satisfy our curiosity, man. It's simple, bruh. Pay attention to the women around you every day. Every week you go to the bank. If you on your shit, I guarantee you there's a woman in there. And man, let me tell you something, bruh. I'd have caught some of the baddest chicks I'd never caught, man, while I was doing something like changing the oil on my car. You know what I'm saying? Changing the oil. Didn't really pay attention and realize that my car take 10 quarts of synthetic oil. You know what I'm saying? I got 6. Didn't read the manual and then I got 6. I got to go back and get 4 more quarts of oil. I'm in there, man, with oil on my hands, man. Of course, I got on some clothes. I don't mind getting oil on. Don't mind getting dirty. Walk in there. Bad chocolate chip. Bad. Cute. Nails done, toes done, everything. Battery cable loose on her car. So I'm telling you, bruh, it's one of those things where, man, you just got to be alert and you got to know. Don't second guess it. If you think a woman like you, she does. If you think she likes you, if she looking at you in a way, man, you like, man, she looking at me like she like me. Go say something. Say anything. I mean, don't say anything. Well, say anything. You know, guys be talking about you got to go approach women to brush up on your game. That ain't how you brush up on your game, approaching no damn cold approaching women. Them niggas trying to sell you courses and shit, man. But that ain't how you brush up on your game by knowing what to say to a woman that like you. You don't brush up on your game by talking yourself into a woman that ain't got no interest. You brush up on your game by not blowing a woman who's showing you interest, by not running her off, by not saying something stupid, talking yourself out the game. That's how you brush up. You brush up knowing about women who like you. And the same thing that work on women who like you, it just say you somewhere and suddenly you get this crazy idea to cold approach something, bro. If you say what you say to those women, it probably gonna work on her too. But the game you use to cold approach a woman, it can't work on a woman that already showing you she like you, because cold approaching, that's a pickup line. Well, if the woman already on the plate, you ain't got to pick her up. That's game. That's why I don't use the word game. That shit they be talking about ain't game. It don't take no game to get no woman to like you. It take persistence. It take effort, energy, time, money, shit that I'm not finna invest in no woman. You understand me? All you got to do, listen, here's the thing. DJ just said this. Perfect way to put it. The woman already likes what she sees. She's attracted to what she sees. Now just go over there and give her your real personality. Just go be you. You ain't got to put on no airs. You ain't got to put on no front. You ain't got to act like you this. You ain't got to act like you super suave and all that. If the woman likes what she sees, you got to like have a hygiene problem. So you go talk to her and your breath smell like boo-boo. If you got the doo-doo mouth, yeah, that might run off. But other than that, man, you just go show your real personality. You ain't got to try to be you too hard. Ain't no such thing as trying too hard. If you just be yourself, just be yourself. Like what I just told you, I say to a woman, that me being myself. Cause I say what the fuck I want to say. Because the thing is, I don't care if she don't like what I say. My mindset has always been, if she don't like what I say, she ain't for me. Because if I saw her ass the next day, I'm gonna say some of the same type of shit. Like my personality is who it is. So my personality is it's conducive to me saying this type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, bruh. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. And Brian, there's never been a woman who showed me attraction confirmation, bro, that I went and talked to and didn't seal the deal. It don't take much to seal the deal. It don't take much to seal the deal. You understand? That's my way of letting her know that I'm attracted to her too. I said, well, look, you go home and get in when you get in the tub. I want you to run a bubble bath. I want you to get in there, and when you get relaxed now, then you're feeling real good. You know, you're soaking in the water with your birthday suit on. Then you call me then. I mentioned birthday suit. I mentioned my mind on her naked without being overbearing and talking about, hey, I want to have sex with you, or you so fine, or anything like that. Biggest compliment she can get. But it also put her in the mind frame that I ain't stressed, but she don't understand all I'm doing and making sure that when she called me, she is the most relaxed she's been all day. You understand? I want her to go from this interaction we having right here, where I'm up close, I'm looking good, I'm smelling good, I'm sounding good. You understand? I get close to her, she realizes I'm taller than she thought I was. Then she can see my pecs through my shirt. She can see, my guns hugging the sleeve. She see all that. And she like, okay. Now she think about me all day. I don't want her to talk to me until she get home and she relax. I want her to wash the grime of the day off of her. Everything that she happened at work, everything that happened in traffic, all of that. I want her to take those clothes off. I want her to get in that tub. I want her to turn her music on. I want her to burn her candles. I want her to be in a comfort zone. So when we talk, we can have a real good talk. And I can get the best of her, the relaxed feminine version of her. Now, she don't know that's what I'm doing, but that's what I'm doing. So I want her to stay in that motherfucker till the water start getting cold. And by that point, we done talked enough where I'm like, well, shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, you want me to? I slide through and dry you off, baby girl. I might say that. I might not. I might say something else. I might say, shit, you been in there for a long time. I bet you super wet right now. She wet. I'm talking about the tub. But it's also innuendo. You understand what I'm saying? She know what I'm getting at, but she can't respond unless she's super confident. She can't respond in an overbearing way. Can I say, nah, baby girl, what's wrong with you? I was talking about you really wet because you've been in the tub all this time. I could respond like that. Only a bold woman takes a chance, or only a woman who's actually absolutely aroused by the conversation takes that bait and runs with it. Either way it go, I'm going to establish what we are from the beginning. And then if it builds into something else, then it builds into something else. But I established from the beginning with a woman, I ain't looking for no serious shit. You understand what I'm saying? My mind is on this. Your mind is on this. Let's keep our mind on this. Three things I'm not going to talk to a woman about. We not finna talk about no future plans for no relationship. We not finna talk about my fucking marriage plan. Well, it's the same thing. Let me rephrase it. We not finna talk about no plans for marriage or no future relationship or nothing. We're not finna talk about none of my past relationships or when the last time I was in a relationship, what's my longest relationship. We're not finna talk about that. And we also not finna talk about none of my familiar relationship. We ain't finna talk about my mama. We ain't finna talk about my daddy. We ain't finna talk about my sons. We ain't finna talk about none of that. I don't even know her. We finna talk about me and her and what we finna establish right here. And if you show if a woman show you attraction confirmation, she ain't gonna bring none of that up because she automatically puts you in the driver's seat. Just like when you cold approach a woman, you put her in the driver's seat. You put her in the driver's seat to turn you down, say yay or nay, to let you know when she got time for you, to let you know when she can talk to you. Bro, I ain't finna put myself in that situation. What I look like? What I look like, bro? I ain't gonna do it, man. Project say he had Project say I asked if she tingly. Hey, that's a good one right there, man. That's a good one. Natural to the game, man. Salute to you, man. Appreciate the dime. Haven't been here in a minute. I'm tired and further. Salute, man. Salute. Appreciate you, man. Tired and further fire content. Salute, man. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. You know, and that really just the main thing, man. Dog, you got to have fun out here, man. Women are fun, dog. Like dealing with women is fun when you're yourself. And just pay attention. Here's what I want you all to do. Today is Tuesday. For the next 7 days until next Tuesday, let me make a note right here. I want you to keep track of the amount of women who show you attraction confirmation. And we'll discuss it next Tuesday. When I come on next Tuesday, if I don't remember it, I'm going to put it somewhere. I'll remember it, though. I want you to keep a tally of how many women show you attraction confirmation in 7 days. Well, not actually, maybe 6.5 days. And then we'll talk about that, man, because this is something, man, that we overlook, man. Guys be talking about, man, I can't get no woman. I can't get no woman. I can't get no woman. Man, women show you attraction confirmation all the time. Going on dating sites, meeting women and shit, man. Man, there ain't no way to go for no grown-ass man, dog. You're a grown man. What you going on dating site for? All right, man, we got another clip.
The worst thing a man can do while I'm giving him that gobble gobble 3,000 double twist, tell me to slow down because baby, I know I'm finna win. I done won the fucking war. So now I'm finna put the pressure to the metal. I'm finna go in. I'm spitting on that look. Yeah, and I'm not finna stop because I'm finna have your soul in my motherfucking throat. I'm finna take your soul from you because that is the whole purpose of this game that we're playing. Who's gonna win, baby? And this is chess, not checkers. Yeah, I'm winning the.
And as soon as you do, I say, I appreciate that, baby girl, and go home to my old lady. That's what a man does. I want you to think about the fact of how many men were in her comments under this video talking about she's wifey type. She's wifey type? Bro, you don't want your wife in public talking about this. This ain't wifey type, dog. Wifey type? This what you gonna wife up? Boy, this ain't even side chick type. Ice-T said way back in the day, a man gotta have a wife, a mistress, and a hoe. She is not the wife or the mistress. You understand me? That's just the reality of it, man. A woman whose greatest offering to you is super fire head is not wife material. That's not wife material. Now, she's worth keeping, because I'm going to be honest with you. It ain't often you come across that, I'm talking about that fire. That fire where she don't quit and she don't spit. Very rare. Because if she don't quit and she don't spit, you can't lose. You understand what I'm saying? You can't lose. I'm holding on to her. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding on to that, bruh. But she's got her position. Now it's a very valuable position to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I'm just telling you, man, it's not something you get all the time. You understand me? It's not something you get all the time. Put a one in the chat, man. Put a one in the chat if that's something you found all the time. I can't put a one in the chat. That ain't something that you find all the time, bruh. I'm talking about don't quit, don't spit. I'm talking about don't quit, don't spit it out. Don't quit, don't spit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about she wallow and she swallow, dog. That's what I'm talking about. What you can't find that all the time, dog. So when you get it, there's a position for that in your life. You understand me? But it ain't a position of wife. It just ain't. It's not that. Yeah, listen, bro. Yeah, and then the thing is, man, the fact that she'll talk about this on social media, man, that's why I'm telling you, bro. A woman has to be detached from social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, who a woman is in private with you is one thing. If she broadcasts it to the world, now she's a whore to the world now. That's different. You know what I mean? That's different. That's just different, man. So let me see, man. I'm thinking, man. I can think of 4. Um, oh, 5. I can't believe I forgot her. Just thinking about it, man, I can think of 5 that I've had in my lifetime. 5. And let me tell you something. I never get rid of one until I got a replacement. I never get rid of one until I got a replacement, man. Honestly, man. So I've had 5, man. If I really thought through, like, honestly, man, intimate experiences with women that don't really have no substance to it, I have to really think and try to remember, because if they don't have no substance to it, then I have a hard time remembering them. Like, no, they're not memorable. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not memorable. And if you've only had one, if you've only had one goat, then yes, that one goat is memorable. But after you've had a few, then you don't just, I got a spot in my brain. Why I just think about my goats? Nah. You don't do it. You don't do it. But it's got me one now. Nah, man, we ain't talking about that. Not even my name. We talking about after. When she finish, she don't spit. You ain't hear me? I said she wallow and she swallow, man. You ain't hear me? But yeah, man, just advertising everything. Look, we're in a day and age now, man, where but women just say everything online. Like just everything online. Like this is not something that a woman should even be saying online. I mean, just the way she talks about it, she's just too open. There was a time where women hid the private parts of their lives. Now, everybody's seeking so much attention. They'll seek attention for anything, bruh. They'll seek attention for anything. And so this is very foul. You know what I'm saying? My goat would never do this. She would never, ever do this. You'll never know. You'll never know she's my goat unless you happen to catch me in her throat. But, you know, it's just one of those things, man, where you just you can't do it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you, man, like when this right here, somebody just said in the chat, she advertising for Simps. There's somebody who jumped in her DM after they saw this and offered her about 5 bands. 5 bands, first class flight, everything on me when you get here. First class round trip. That's at least, she at least got that offer. Cause these boys out here, man, you got to think about it, man. The average guy out here, like we just talked about, the average man out here ain't got no game. So he got to throw money at the problem. His problem is he don't have no game, he don't have no ism. So he got to throw money at the problem. If you don't have no game and no ism, that means you don't have no confidence. So what you got to do, you got to give a woman something she like. You got to make it an exchange. You got to make it a business proposition. You know what I'm saying? You got to make it a financial, you got to make it a financial business exchange. And when you put it in that perspective, man, then, bruh, once you get what you want being a trick, then being a trick is addictive. Just like not being a trick is addictive. And that's just what it is, man. That's what it is. I'm going to respond to this, man. It ain't super chat, but I'm respond. I'll respect the BOA, but you don't need God to do that. You do have to recognize your issues and deal with it, but that doesn't require a God. I understand his point, though. See, what you're saying is the reason why we don't have to do that. Like, I ain't never had to deal with no issues. You understand? When I developed my relationship with God, then I understood everything. So it wasn't no damn issues. I suddenly developed an understanding of everything. So suddenly there were no issues no more. You understand? As you read through that word, it applies to everything you've done in your life, everything you see in your life. No, it doesn't require a God. It requires the God of Israel. And I get it. You don't understand that. That's not your experience, but that's why you got to work through your issues. That's why you have issues to work through. There ain't no issues to work through. Once you have an understanding of who you are spiritually and you understand how much dominion you have over all of these things, there are no issues. You understand. You're able to suddenly know the lesson from everything that you've done. Once you learn the lesson from something, then it's not an issue. It's not even a mistake. It's a lesson. And once you figure that out, you can't figure that out. If you got to go get counseling for your issues as a grown person, then you have issues. But you don't have to have those issues. And what counseling does, counseling don't help you understand the benefit of the issues. It try to pin you to the shit and say, well, this gives you an excuse to do this. This gives you a reason to do this. It don't make sense, bro. But that's the same reason why guys are in these situations with these women. You know, these situations with these women, they happen like this because men still don't understand that there's a spiritual aspect to you. Well, men understand it. Men just don't understand that the spiritual aspect is not the same as the physical aspect. It's not that. So, I mean, yeah, you can go that route and just work through your issues. You can go that route, work through your issues. But everybody I know who got counseling as an adult, They ass still getting counseling now. I know people been in counseling, man, been in therapy, man, for 20 years. I know people been in therapy, man, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. People that lived and died in therapy. That means you ain't solved shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't solved nothing. Understanding your issues is a curse because it pins you to an excuse for why you are the way you are. But you are the way you are because you lack spiritual astuteness. You haven't grown spiritually to usurp who you are physically, what's happened to you mentally, what's happened to you emotionally. Once you elevate yourself spiritually, beyond all of that, because your spiritual existence is higher than all of that. Once you elevate your spiritual existence, then you start to learn to control every aspect of you in your life. And that's just reality, man. So, but anyway, man, I might have one more clip in here, man. Yeah, I have Scarface. Now, you know, Scarface pretty sick, man. He pretty sick. So this ain't a knock on Face, but I think this is a very interesting take for him, man. Y'all peep game. We getting dark on this screen, too.
Now, for a woman to say that she don't need no man is a slap in the face to me because I need her. I need her. I mean, shit, I don't know no other way to say it. I need her. I'm gonna need some woman, man. Now, for a woman to say that she don't need no man is a slap in the face to me because I need her. I need her. I mean, shit, I don't know no other way to say it. I need her.
Now, I want y'all to think about something, man. That is a very telling thing for a man to say, that he need a woman. The only man who feels like he needs a woman is a man who doesn't have spiritual astuteness. You understand? When a man doesn't have spiritual astuteness, he tends to rely on things in the physical realm to make him whole. So you're not going to tell me that as long as man has been in existence, that somebody who went to school within the past 20 years is going to tell me what's going on with me. And I'm going to listen to that? Shit don't make sense. It don't make no sense. But when you hear a man like Face, he's stuck in his physical realm. And so for a man to say, I'm going to need me some woman, it just sounds like a man who has spent his entire life tricking off his testosterone to women, being intimate with as many women as he could, especially during his heyday. And when you say you're going to need you some woman, it can only be physical. You know, it can only be physical, man. And, you know, and the family unit is not a man's legacy. Your sons are your legacy. The only thing that carries on and continues your bloodline is your son. Nothing else. Hopefully, you don't have a daughter that have a whole bunch of children as a single mom, and then they got your last name, because that's no legacy to have. Your sons will continue your legacy. Your grandsons will continue your legacy. Your great-grandsons will continue your legacy. So the family unit is not your legacy. A woman is in a gifted position to be the woman who you decide is worthy of helping you complete your legacy. That's her job. That's another position for her as a helpmeet. Okay, I need to complete my legacy. You're going to help me meet that goal. Help me meet that goal. Because when those boys are born, they no longer belong to the woman. They belong to the man. They belong to the father. Those are your split images. They are you. They are younger versions of you. They are who you are. They are made up of what you are made up of. They are connected to you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And so even if that woman goes, that legacy of those sons is still yours. Those daughters, they go off, they marry a man, they become helpmeets to his legacy. They're gone. When a man comes in and takes her, he becomes her new father. So when you say, I'm going to need me some woman, man, Face ain't probably trying to have no kids at that point. Face sick as hell, man. Face been sick for years. You know, that's just, you know, when you think about it, brothers, I want y'all to understand, man, that we got to stop. I'm not telling you to take credit from women. I'm telling you to stop giving women credit for things in your life. Whatever she's doing in her life, great. If she has a phenomenal career, great. If she has a phenomenal connection of friends and associates, great. But everything in your life, she's gifted to be able to do that in your life. A woman is gifted to be able to carry my seed for me. A woman is gifted to be able to enjoy my wisdom, understanding, and knowledge on a regular basis. Her dealing with me makes her better. Not me, it makes her a better woman. When a woman is dealing with you, it makes her a better woman. She has access to the wisdom, understanding, knowledge that you have developed that's been benefiting your life for years. She's blessed. So we got to stop putting her on the pedestal. Because when you pedestalize her, you put her above you. When you put her above you, you put her next to God. God didn't create her like that. He created you, then created her beneath you. The proper order is God, man, woman. Woman look up to man, man look up to God. That's the proper order. And if you don't understand that and wrap your mind around the concept, if you're like one of these, there ain't no God type of guys, then you probably cool with being in a 50-50 relationship. You probably believe that the woman is God or she's a goddess. You probably believe that, you know, well, she should have as much say as I do. She should have power in my life too. The structure is structure. The structure is structure. And if you slide into your spirit, man, you automatically take care of your mental, emotional, and financial man. You don't do certain things. See, if you got a belly full of pork right now, if you got a belly full of seafood right now, if you look at these ingredients that's in these things, you're drinking beer, most beer got an ingredient from a pig's stomach in it. But you don't know that because you don't research, because you ain't got no relationship with God, so you don't know. You want to ride your life going up and down on a roller coaster because you don't honor the Sabbath day. You work 7 days a week if you can. You don't honor the Sabbath day. See, there's blessings that come with these things, but you don't know because you don't do them. So I'm not telling nobody nothing about nothing. I want everybody to believe and live what they want to live. But what I want you to do is find me the person that went to therapy and now they're whole again and they don't have no issues. Because what you're talking to right now is a man that took the vow of Nazarite at 22 years old, separated myself to the ways and understanding of the Most High, and my issues, whatever they were, I don't even remember them right now. I don't remember them. And you know what I am? I'm authentic to the man that I became during that process of separating myself to God. So I'm going to talk about God. I'm going to talk about him. I'm going to talk about him some more. I'm going to brag about him. I'm going to tell you about him. I'm going to sing about him. I'm going to write about him. I'm going to do everything about him. Because I have gifts that you don't have if you don't separate yourself to the Most High. And you will never understand how high you are in the hierarchy of existence. And you'll also never understand who you really are as a person, as a people. And I'm talking to black folk now. You'll never understand who you are and what you are. And you'll still keep tracing your damn history back to slavery. Keep being a slave mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, if that's what you want. Otherwise, don't blame no woman for what you allowed her to put you through. Don't blame no woman for what you allowed to pin her to. Don't lie. Don't blame no woman for what you allowed in your life. Don't blame no woman for putting her in a position of being your wife. Don't blame no woman for taking all your money. Don't blame no woman because you got addicted to that honey. Don't blame no woman because you ain't stand up and be a man. Don't blame no woman because you got played by one and you jumped out the skillet right into the damn frying pan. Don't blame the woman. Blame yourself. Look, man, I appreciate y'all being in the building, man. All right, there we go. Supreme C, appreciate the dime. He's stuck in the physical realm, doc, but raps about so much spirituality, brother's confusing. You know, it be like that sometime, brother. You know, it be like that. You know, everything, it's very possible that so many things can be a grift. You know what I mean? Because, like, if you're really talking about understanding who you are, you got to understand who you are spiritually first. You got to understand who you are physically first. Dr. Noble J. Bay took the vow in his 30s. You got to know. You got to know it. And so you got to look around, man. Look at all the other ingredients. You around here, man, eating pies and cakes from these places. They use lard. You know what lard is? Pig fat. They're using pig fat in the lard. You understand? You around here eating things, man, you don't even know what you're eating. You don't know what you're eating. You understand? You got to be aware, bro. You got to be aware. Joshua Gerard, appreciate the firebomb. Would you briefly break down the Nazarite vow for someone seeking elevation in God? You know what, man? Go join my King Ray Ray channel, man. I talk about that on King Ray Ray channel, man. It's a vow in the book of Numbers. It's pretty complex to get into, man. But you just separate yourself from God, man, and you don't let no razors touch your head, which means you got to be in a situation in life where you can do this, because you don't let a razor touch your head. You don't. So what I did on my vow, man, I just started from Genesis and I read all the way through. You know, I read from Genesis to Revelations, and just along the way, like I picked up so many gems in life. God came to me and said, "Hey, I want you to open the book and I want you to change your life. As you read it, I want you to apply it to your life." So I read and I just started applying things to my life, man. As I read through, I applied things to my life. I got to what I shouldn't eat, what I should eat. I stopped eating it that day. I got to where I should do what I shouldn't do. I stopped doing it that day. I got to where I should honor the Sabbath day. I honor the Sabbath day that day. So if you don't do all of those things, then you don't reap the benefits. Like, you got to go hard and try to live a life that's pleasing to God. And most of us don't. But it's because we don't know who we are. You know, if you're seeking God at a church or you're seeking God somewhere else, man, you don't even know what you're doing. So yes, if you've been a Christian your whole life, yeah, you don't know God. I get that. You don't know who God is. You have no idea. But is it Numbers or Leviticus? Is it Leviticus, man? Hold up. Let me find my book. I'm going to tell y'all right now, man. Let me go find my book, man. Hold up. Let me find my book. I'm going to tell y'all right now, man. Give me a minute. Let me find my book right quick, man. Oh, here it is up there on the counter, man. Here it is up there on the counter. I don't know where my old beat up Bible is, man. I been needing my old beat up Bible with pages off of it. Oh, here it is. This is the one I've been looking for right here. I've been looking for my old beat up Bible, man, with the pages off of it. Know what I'm saying? This is the one I've been looking for right here. It's in Numbers, dog. Yeah, I thought it was in Numbers. That thing in Numbers, man. Let me show you. It's at the beginning of Numbers, man. Got to be early on in there, too. Yeah, it's in number 6. It's in the book of Numbers, chapter 6. Yeah. Numbers gives us the vow to Nazarite. He asks about the vow to Nazarite. So it's Numbers chapter 6, 6 through really the whole chapter. Really the whole chapter. So yeah, I'll just read the whole chapter. Numbers chapter 6 tells you all about the law, tells you all about the vow to Nazarite. Leviticus tells you what to eat. And pretty much Leviticus and Deuteronomy tells you all of the laws. When you have a chance, I want you to read Deuteronomy chapter 28. Yeah, everyone, if you haven't read, I would implore you to read Deuteronomy chapter 28 all the way through. There's 68 verses in it, but read them all, and it'll open your mind to some things. But all right, man, let's get on out of here, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all in here too long, man. Let's go ahead and get ready to slide out of here. Hey, look, man, y'all put God first, keep grinding and growing. Hey, listen, man, y'all want to be in this thing? Next show, go ahead, man. Go to the main channel page next to the subscribe button. You'll see a join button. Click that join button. Go into the kiosk, become a member, because next one will be closed chat, man. So I appreciate y'all, man. Joshua Gerard, appreciate the 5-bone, man. Thank you for taking the time breaking out the book. Salute. Man, hey, no problem, bro. I'm always break out the book. Did what that thing look like. I've been studying that thing so long, man. I can flip to any page in here, man, and I don't even know why I got that page folded for. But this thing got so many markings in it, man. I mean, it's got markings all throughout it. Highlighter, you name it, man. It's got markings all throughout it. Look at that page right there. Look at that Deuteronomy page right there. Look how many things highlighted. You know what I'm saying? Look how many things highlighted on that page, man. So this is my study Bible right here, man. I've been studying this thing, man, I've probably been studying this same Bible, man, about 15 years. Yeah, I've been studying here about 15 years. Give y'all a couple Proverbs right here. Look at that. That's the book of Proverbs right there. You know what I'm saying? That's just 2 pages. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is my study Bible right here, man. This is what I do, man. You understand me? This is what I do. Let's see. Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them, for their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. So I don't hang with people, man, that do crazy things, man. If you wilding out, always talking crazy, man, you got to, you're always strapped up every time you show up, man, always ready to put that iron on somebody, bro. I can't do that with you. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 27. Verse 26, rather. My son, give me thine heart, and let thine eyes observe my ways. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lieth in wait as for a prey, and increaseth the transgressors among men. How? Because a whore, if you wife her up, then she will go and commit adultery, and she will lead a man into committing adultery. Well, not lead a man, but lure a man into committing adultery. So you can't put her in that position. You got to let her be who she is. Who hath woe? Who hath sorrow? Who hath contentions? Who hath babbling? Who hath wounds without cause? Who hath the redness of the eyes? They that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine. Look not upon the wine when it is red, when it giveth its color in the cup, when it moveth itself aright. At the last it biteth like a serpent, and stingeth like an adder. Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and thine heart shall utter perverse things. You know what strange women are in these days? Those dudes who dress like women. So you're liable to get jammed up if you're somewhere drunk. If you get drunk enough, you don't know what you'll do. Because a lot of time people get drunk and they wake up and they don't even know how they got home. They get drunk and they wake up. People tell them what they did the night before. They don't even remember what they did. They're going to call you a lie. They're going to tell you, man, no, I can't do it. Now you lying, boy. I ain't do that now. They got to show you on video where you did it. So you got to watch, man. You got to watch yourself. You got to be careful, and you got to make sure that you're always in control of your spiritual man, because if you don't control your spiritual man, you can't control anything. See, you can control your mental man, but that don't mean you're going to be able to control your physical man. If you control your spiritual man, you control all of you. So I would implore you to dive into your spiritual existence, man, your spiritual astuteness, so you won't get caught up in none of these strange women, man. All right, man, let's go ahead and get on out of here, man. I appreciate y'all being in the joint. Man, I don't know where I got this version, man. I don't know. I had it so long, man. I might have had it longer than 15 years, man. I might have had this thing, man, probably about 20 years. I don't remember where I got it from. But all right, man, let's get ready to slide on out of here, man. Let's slide on out of here, man. Y'all put God first, keep grinding and growing. Peace.